Oh, bruh, what the Couyons up to today? What's up, T-boys and girls? Your Couyons back again with another review.
What's up, y'all?
This time we're doing the Old Soul. Is it barrel strength or is it cask strength? Cask strength. Apparently that makes a difference.
Sooner or later, in your life, everyone's gonna graduate to be an old soul. You start off young, and then you get older, and you get experiences in life, and you end up being an old soul. So we're gonna drink some tonight. But this one, I've had multiple bottles. I think at least 2 bottles I've finished of the Old Soul single barrel. And that one runs like, I think 109, 108, depending on what single barrel you get. I have one that my dad picked up from Rouse's that was really good. I mean, I have I think I did a review. We have a review posted on here actually of the Old Soul.
You saying 108, 109, then you're talking about proofing, right?
Proofing, yeah. Matter of fact, the one I had was, it was a Halloween review of the Old Soul.
Okay.
In October. And it was a single barrel. That one, I finished that one. I finished a few of them, but this one's actually their cask strength one. So it's actually a private barrel select from Rouse's, just like the single barrel was. But this one's running at, what we had,
114.73.
114.73 from the private barrel selection. So the single barrel, they call it cask strength, which, alright, 114. It's a little darker in color than the original Old Soul from what I remember.
I don't know if it's focusing, it don't look like it.
One of my dad's favorite whiskeys, though. He likes them, that shit. I bought that for him, I think for Christmas one year. It wasn't the cask strength, it was the single barrel. He loved it. He was like, man, that is freaking awesome. It's out of Mississippi. So Cathead Distillery out of Jackson, Mississippi. And yeah, he loved that whiskey. And he called me up before he came up here last time. He's like, man, you know they got a cask strength of that? I seen it at Rouse's. I'm like, come on. He's like, yeah, I think I'm going to pick one up. So he ended up picking me up one, and he got himself one too. So.
You said Jackson. I wonder if you could, shit, we passed through Jackson on the way up here.
Oh yeah, you could take tours of the place too. We're going to be headed to Rocktown probably tomorrow to go visit the Rocktown distillery.
Yep.
But when we get into this Old Soul, color on it, nothing to really talk about. Like I said, I would say it's light, but it looks like it may be the same color as the. I don't think there's really a change from that to a single barrel. Maybe a little darker, but I don't know, man. It's hard to tell.
It looks like a dark Scotch almost, not necessarily a bourbon.
Yeah.
It is considered bourbon, yes. But yeah, definitely more of a darker looking Scotch. A little lighter caramel. Alright.
Bold.
Nose is very strong, very in your face. Very
Yeah. Like, are we talking caramel? Are we talking like dark, high proof caramel? Almost like.
Definitely could.
Almost a nose you would get from Elijah Craig, like that dark, rich caramel, you know?
The alcohol's not like burning your nostrils or anything. It's very good. It's
right. You get more of the very low ethanol on the nose, and you get all of those bourbon notes.
Caramel, vanilla,
yeah,
oak,
dark caramel, dark vanilla. Almost like a caramel corn, almost.
Kind of made me think of candy corn when you said that just now, and I could kind of like.
That's sweet, man. I get that too, maybe.
Yeah.
Like candy corn nose. Halloween candy.
That's almost all I can think about now is candy corn.
Yeah. Nobody liked that, but I liked it.
I love it. Can't eat a bunch of it, but I like it.
Yeah, but I mean, they make that with cane sugar, so it almost smells like almost like a cooked down cane sugar. All right.
That's pretty much all I get out of it.
Yeah, I mean it's not a super complexity with the nose, but man, with the flavor, the notes it do have is like rich and
It's rich and it's full. It's
Right.
very in your face, kind of just really great.
you could tell it's a cask strength bourbon without all the high proof ethanol. You know?
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah, this is the first time I've had this too, so.
That's it right there.
Ooh, it's got like a dark wood in the end.
It's good.
It's very bourbon-esque, like through the front or whatever.
It's got a good complexity to
Yeah.
it. It's got some stuff to
But
it.
on the end, it's got that dark wood, that driftwood kind of.
Mouth feels great though. Man, for 114.3 proof. It's got a good viscosity to it for sure. It lingers.
This kind of like it has that that old book kind of like note at the end. Hell, you can maybe say it has that old soul note to it.
Oh, it's good, man.
It's all, dude. It's normal, like everything. The beginning of a traditional kind of like bourbon with the high proof,
It transforms at the end.
but that ending, that note on the end, that
See, to me, it starts off caramel. You get caramel, brown sugar, lots of brown sugar, but not a whole lot of spice. And then as the flavor starts opening up. You know what I mean? The arrival is there with this like caramel, brown sugar, and just a sweet caramel, vanilla, brown sugar, your typical bourbon. And then about mid palate, dude, you start getting this this little note that comes in there. You say it's old book, almost like a pipe tobacco, where the spices start coming in.
yeah.
And dude, it lingers for a while. Like it's a long finish, long mouthfeel on it.
It's very unique.
Yeah, like I've had the single barrel does the same thing. It's just not to this, like it's just a higher proof than the single barrel. And I noticed this was like a private selection and stuff like that, like a private select. But to be honest with you, like that single barrel ain't no fucking joke. Single barrel's good.
I can see like pipe tobacco or that cigar, just that
Yeah.
that tobacco
Like a
note to it.
sweet, like a sweet tobacco dude.
The thing that comes to my mind when I think about it, like I just think driftwood. It has that that old kind of just wet, woody, mossy kind of like no smell to it, you know, but not smell, just the taste.
Lots of oak. It's just a lot of oak. Very woody bourbon.
Not harsh though, very
Not
very
harsh, yeah. A little. I mean, a slightest little nuttiness. Nothing like a Jim Beam product or nothing like that. But it's just a very light little nuttiness in there. But yeah, it does like that little transformation at the end with that kind of like that pipe tobacco note. It's really good. I can't see that being an off-putting note. Like at first, right when you have it, even if it was just like the initial sweet brown sugar, low complexity taste, and then it transforming at the end. It's good. I like it.
I like it too. It's definitely different. It stands out. Like if you want a bourbon, you can find bourbons all day long. Like this,
Yeah.
straight bourbon whiskey, but it has something that just is different about it. Something on the end that's separates it from the rest.
At one time, they were getting they were sourcing from MGP. I know that, but I think like a lot of young distilleries, they start sourcing from MGP, and then after a while, they start making their own stuff and then aging their own stuff that they're distilling. So
Now on the back here, it's it's single barrel cask strength, 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley.
So it's pretty high rye.
Yeah, that's a lot of rye.
Yeah, even though the single barrel, it's a high rye bourbon. So it's definitely a lot of rye, and you're getting spices in it. Like you get rye spices, but to be honest with you, it's not like a typical like you don't taste the rye in it. You know what I mean? Like you don't get a whole lot of like rye spices.
I would say
You get bacon spices, but it's not like a. You get a little heat to it, but it's not. It's very smooth drinking for the proof it is. You know.
I don't get a lot of rye out of it. I mean, thinking about it, yeah, there's that little pop off like right mid palate. Like right after you sip, you get past the bourbon notes. There's that little bit of little rye spice there, but that other note on the end that, like I said, I'm calling it driftwood note. That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah. That's funny how like a note you would have. It's no one knows how driftwood tastes like.
No, but you smell it when
Right.
when you pull it out of the water, whatever. It has a smell, and
It's
a smell.
funny. It's just a memory, you know. It
Has a
just
taste.
reminds you of something.
I don't know about you, man, but when I pull driftwood out of the water, I'll grab it like that and just stick my tongue on it and
Yeah.
just lick it all the way up and down, man.
I don't taste my driftwood.
Gotta get that driftwood
I
note.
don't taste my driftwood.
How do you really know you driftwood unless you taste it?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Ain't too much times I've seen driftwood. But yeah, it's definitely a different bourbon.
Pull it in all the time at work.
You get hung up,
They
fish
see
in the
it.
bottom for them redfish.
No,
Hung up on that driftwood, you start pulling, it pops up. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna bite into this shit.
nah. They got pieces floating down the river, or whatever, man. They grab them with the boats and they bring them in and I got a nice piece at home actually.
But to me, I get like a pipe tobacco in it, and I think that might be the same kind of note you talking about, because it does like it's a regular bourbon until like mid palate, so it's kind of opening up to like you said, an old book. Yeah, old book like
Got
pipe
that
tobacco. It's got like an
That old library kind
yeah, right. It's got that old kind
of like
note.
what's that other one we like that has that note to it? Kind of. It's not like I would say they're similar, but it's not the same.
Yeah. Old book note. What's the name of that whiskey?
Fuck.
Stitzel-Weller. Who makes it?
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Stitzel-Weller whiskey.
That's true. I forgot what we had.
Because it's weeded.
They had the 22 year that we
Yeah,
wanted to try.
it's no rye, it's weeded.
Oh, fuck. Can't think of it.
God, brain fart.
It's got the little key on it.
Yeah.
God damn. You want to try? It's got rye in it. It's that fucking weeded bourbon. I can't think of it.
Doesn't it start with a B?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I'm thinking it starts with an L. Lock and Key.
No, it's not Lock and Key.
That's a show, I think, on Netflix.
It has a key on it, but it's a Stitzel-Weller whiskey, and I remember seeing it at Stitzel-Weller. Blade and Bow.
There you go. Blade and
It
Bow.
does start with a B. But yeah, Blade and Bow has that book note to it, and this one is
Second
similar.
letter's an L.
Huh?
Second letter's an L.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that old book note or whatever. This has got, and honestly, it's got old in the name, so I mean, it's just, it's got that old note to it.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable whiskey for sure, and it's definitely a unique bourbon.
I wonder if that's how they named this. When they came up with it, and they had that old note to it, that they maybe called it Old Soul.
I don't know. It's good though. It's one of those bourbons that you have, and you can actually buy that. They didn't really like the single barrels. Actually, don't cost too much. That one runs for about $75. So it's a little up there. But the single barrel you can get. You used to be able to get the single barrels for about $42. But I think since then you're looking at about $52. So they went up about $10, and then another $10-15 for the cask strength. But I don't know. I think you really can't go wrong with the single barrel.
Something to think about. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I notice I got a little bit left here. What do you think the age is on this?
I would say if I had to guess, I'm gonna go 6 years.
6 years. The reason I
I'm not
ask is,
sure though.
and I just tried to see if I could tell or whatever, but do you find it has any of that southern funk to it,
Like
like a Texas, Louisiana heat? Now Jackson is a little bit more north than we are, but I mean, not by much. I don't find it's maybe you could say a little bit, but I don't find much at all. I find it
yeah.
I
See,
kind of
to
find
me,
that odd about it. You know, I would think it would have something like that.
you would think, but like you always get that metallic. It's a metallic note that I think like it's like a metallic craft distillery kind of note to it that a lot of young whiskeys have. But yeah, that one that really doesn't have it.
I
It's
don't
weird.
find it has that.
I don't find it has it either.
And that's what I was thinking. It's like, man, Jackson's
Now,
not that far from
You remember
us.
when we had we tried Rocktown whiskey earlier? That had it.
Yeah.
That was a Rocktown La Harp, but it's a low rye. That has it. But then if you try their regular bourbon, which is there's no rye at all, it's just wheated bourbon, that doesn't have it. So it's different. I mean, that's a pretty cool, like a unique little flavor profile
I
with
was gonna
like
say maybe the rye has a
Maybe
potential
so.
of fighting it off a little bit, but
maybe.
Dude, I really like this, and the thing I like about it most is it does have your traditional bourbon notes and everything like that, but it has something that's different. It has something that's special, something that's not
Yeah.
in any other bourbon. Very, very rare.
It's up there for like you're gonna pay like the premium bourbon price for it. Like for expensive bourbon, I mean some people would beg the difference. Say like bourbon sometimes runs nowadays in the $100 range, but I mean $70 like that's the most you. It's bourbon. It's made here in the United States. I mean,
it's not super complex, but it's super enjoyable.
yeah, it's high proof, so
Yeah.
you're gonna pay a little bit more for it being higher proof, and I mean it's a good whiskey though. I like it. So
I would score this thing because
yeah, I would like. So the single barrel, I forget what I gave that for a score, but I want to say it was in the higher sevens or mid sevens.
I'm thinking higher than that.
But this one, I would go.
Well, I'm thinking higher than that for this. I didn't try. This was my first Old Soul product.
Right. This I would go 825.
That's exactly where I was going.
'Cause I like it. It's got a uniqueness. It's a rich bourbon. Which if you're gonna drink something and you want like a high proof bourbon, you're gonna expect that oak anyway. And it's got a lot of oak to it, but it's like I say it's an oak that's not showing like all the super wood tannins, and you're not getting drowned out by ethanol because the 114 proof, it doesn't drink like it.
I think
It's an easy sipper.
I think the proofing is great on it. It like you said, it doesn't drink like it, but it doesn't drink like the 100 proofer either. It has that little bit of you know burn, that little pop off, that niceness about it. You're getting all your traditional bourbon flavors out of it, and they're rich and they're good and they're flavorful bourbon notes. But then you get something else that you didn't bargain for, something that you wasn't prepared for. It just kind of hits you in the end, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
And then you just keep on sipping on it, and you really that last
But
bit of
really, that's what you're paying for when you're paying for a bourbon, and if you're gonna pay for a bourbon and pay more than $50, you're gonna want to get some complexity for it. Something you're gonna sit down and enjoy, and it's not something you're gonna drink with a movie. It's something you're gonna enjoy, like, and think about the notes you get, and it's good. Like that's what you're paying the extra money for. So, like if you want to drink, a damn good bourbon and watch a movie, you're gonna pour some Four Roses single barrel. But
let's sit there and pour this with a movie.
this is good.
I like
So,
it.
but yeah, 825 around the board on that one. So,
I was thinking that. I was like, man, I wonder where he's going with it. I was like, he's probably gonna go at least 8. And I'm thinking, man, like, ooh, I might want to put this up there.
like on a good day, like I don't know, like I would say give it plus or minus like a quarter. So you might go 8 on a bad day, and really on a good day when your palate's fucking top notch, you might go 750. I mean, 850 on it. So you never know.
I know I gave the Four Roses single barrel or whatever like 8.5, but that's the complexity on that. There's a lot more to that, and then the value, and then the fact that you can find it everywhere.
You might have had a good day with it too.
Dude, I think I had a fantastic bottle.
Yeah.
That one, I've had plenty bottles, but that bottle was fantastic.
Yeah.
But like this, like I said, it's not as complex as that, but it's super enjoyable to drink.
Yeah.
Just, man, pour it in a glass and fucking sit back and
That's good, man.
enjoy the day.
That's about it, man. Old Soul, single barrel cash strength, coming out of Jackson, Mississippi. Whiskey Couyons. Check us out on the next videos. We got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, so if you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button and
Like, subscribe,
yeah.
share, comment. We love comments.
If you've had Old Soul single barrel or the cash strength, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it, and
yeah, tell us how you describe that note on the end.
yeah, and hit us up on the next videos, guys. That's it.
All right.